Hey-ho there, friends. Health is not a destination. It's not a place that you work towards and then suddenly you arrive at. Health is a choice that you choose every moment of every day. Health is a balance of 4 areas in your life: physical, mental, emotional, and social. Society will have you believe that disease is health's opposite, but sickness and disease will always lead to death. And living life by all its varying forms is an expression of health. Life and death are the true opposites. By understanding the principle of polar opposites, and by doing the opposite of what causes one, will it always lead to the other, because polar opposites are always in balance of each other. If you do the opposite of what causes death, health is the natural outcome. It happens as easily as breathing in oxygen and breathing out carbon dioxide. The 7 natural health laws are revealed: breath, water, food, sleep, movement, passion, and intuition. We're going to talk about the first one. Breath. No position was comfortable. I moved to my right side and then my left side, and I felt like something was gripping the insides of my organs. But this was a common sensation, so I didn't think anything of it. I kind of rolled over and shifted and everything, and then eventually I was able to take a long and slow, deep breath, and I fell into a troubled sleep. Sometime in the middle of the night, a pain shot through me. I could feel it at the base of my back, and then it just shot all the way up and through. My muscles stiffened, and I couldn't breathe. I woke to find myself on the back, laying completely stiff. My neck, shoulders, arms, abdomen, spine, hips, legs, feet were all flexed. Spasm of pain like I had not experienced before. It was sudden, it was sharp, and it was squeezing the life out of me. I could not breathe. The force that had happened within me had gripped my muscles so intensely that I couldn't breathe. The pain was so sudden and so sharp, I could feel my eyes shoot open as I was struggling to breathe. Eventually, I was able to take a raspy breath. The pain was so intense. My now ex-husband was laying next to me. He was asleep. He's a deep sleeper. And I was paralyzed. I remember through all the pain that I experienced as a child, my mind started going into, okay, where is the pain coming from? That's what the doctors always asked. Where do you feel it? And so I went inside, and all I could feel was this electric spasm as it went through me again. And this time, the pain was so intense, I just inhaled deeply, and then I let it out. And it was that breath that woke my now ex-husband. He looked over at me, and as soon as he saw me, he shot up. What's wrong? What's wrong? What can I do? I couldn't respond. I could barely breathe. How could I talk? So we just laid there. He tried to touch me, and as a shudder of spasm went through me again, he dropped away. He stood over me as if he was trying to shield me from some invisible force that was gripping me. Tears welled up in his eyes as they welled up in mine. The compassion in him, it still brings tears to my eyes as I think about it now, all these years later. Eventually, the pain started to subside. I was able to take that deep breath, that cleansing breath, and then I was able to breathe normally again. And he asked me again, what's wrong? I don't know. I can feel it. There's something wrong though. I need to go to the hospital. He was on his feet, even without my awareness of it. He helped me get dressed. He picked me gingerly, oh so gently, in his arms, and carried me to the car. And we went to the emergency room. That was the first time of many ovarian cyst rupturing inside of me. The hospital told me it was normal. It was common for women to experience the ovarian cyst that I did. They said most women have it. They just don't feel it and they just don't know it. But mine was different. Mine was painful. They told me they could give me the birth control pill and help regulate my hormones and cycle and everything. They said that usually works, but sometimes women will still get them. I said, well, we just got married. We had gotten married like 6 months previously. I said, and we really want to have children. He said, well, from the ultrasound that we gave inside of you, I don't think you can have children. They said, you might have felt this one, and this one was probably the worst, but we can tell by the scar tissue that's in you that these have been happening for a long time. And there's enough scar tissue that it is sealed off your fallopian tubes. They're like, I don't think you can get pregnant. You've got some pretty intense periods, right? I'm like, yeah, really intense ones. Intense enough that I had a hard time holding down a job because the pain gripped me so intensely. But we took the prescriptions and we went home. Eventually that led me to herbal medicine, and I found a lot of support and healing in herbal medicine because the prescriptions all gave me horrible side effects. That also taught me the importance of breathing. I had ovarian cysts rupture and cause pain throughout most of my adult life. And then at some point, it just stopped. It's been about 18 years since I've had one rupture. I now experience health in my older years that I did not experience when I was young. This transformation in me happened by understanding the principles of health. One of them, the first one, breathing. One of the surest and quickest ways to die is to stop breathing. Asphyxiation. Life is more dependent upon this one element than upon any other. Life can be defined as breathing. If you breathe, you are alive. And life stops the moment you stop the breath. Trillions of cells live in our body, and every single one of them is dependent upon oxygen, the adequate supply of oxygen in our body. And every single one of them has to expel carbon dioxide. The action of breathing literally feeds every cell in our body. And exhale is what releases the cell's waste. The inhale and the exhale is an essential part of life. The parasympathetic part of our brain, or what some people call the subconscious or the automated systems, is also responsible for the fight, flight, and freeze response. Do not forget the last one, freeze. For most people, freeze before they fight or flight. When that situation occurs, breath is stopped as your body prepares for that response. Is it going to fight? Is it going to run away and flight? Or will you remain frozen? The body will hold back that breath and prepare for the response. Oxygen is diverted to the muscles as your muscles tense and tighten, preparing for the movement. That is also what we call stress. That is the action of stress. When we experience stress in our lives, it is an automated response mechanism preparing our body for a fight, flight, or freeze. If we remain in that situation, then our breath is always shallow. It is always just barely enough to keep us alive, but not enough to relax us. The relax response does not happen until the stress is over. A deep sigh of relief. Forming the practice of deep breathing allows you to relax that automated system response, allows you to move past the stress. Long and slow, deep breaths allow you to rewire that parasympathetic, the automated response of our brain. It helps train you that the emergency the stress is past. If you don't ever form a practice of deep breathing, it is potential that you are continually living in stress. Life is more dependent upon the adequate supply of oxygen than upon any other. In one moment, one deep breath, you can transform your life. You can. Do it with me. Inhale for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe with me. Visualization also helps with this. I really like seeing it as this little old lady with a hand cart, and she's passing out fruits and vegetables to everybody that she knows. So when you inhale, imagine that food, the nutrients, the oxygen is being fed to everywhere in your body. Close your eyes. Inhale. As you exhale, imagine there's this exchange happening with a little old lady. She hands them a vegetable. In return, they give her something. She gladly accepts it and puts it on her cart. The inhale and the exhale. The exchange within our blood, within our heart, within the cells, within our blood veins. You can transform your life. You can. Absolutely. You can. Embrace health. In one moment, you can begin the transformation in your life. Form a practice of deep breathing. Inhale and exhale. Imagine the weight being lifted off of you. When you inhale, feel it. Is it in your chest? Is it in your shoulders? Is it in your abdomen? Try to feel what each breathing sensation is like for you in your body. And then move it around. That's the beauty of yoga. You put yourself in these awkward positions and then say, breathe. You feel it. Is it in your back? Do you feel it in your side? Do you feel it in a shoulder, in an arm, in a leg? Oxygen is fed to every part of your body. Feel it. As you exhale, feel that contraction, that movement in your abdomen, in your chest. You can feel it. Go in. Tell yourself, I'm here for you. I'm here with you. Squeeze it out. Let it out. Support you. Support your body. Love your body. You can embrace health. You can transform your life. I know you can. As always, I'm here with you. Breathe.